Lieutenant, is there a 6-foot bat in Gotham City?
Hello, welcome to Cynic Critique, the cult of cult films. I'm your host, Brian, and I'm here with my brother and co-host, bro-host, Thomas. This week, we're looking at the Batman Quadrilogy, or a Tetralogy, as I just learned as his alternate word for quadrilogy. Fancy, right? We're doing these particular films this week because they're quite special to us, and we also feel that they are somewhat of a cult status to them, especially now more than when they initially released, probably due to the reputation of particularly one of them. So, do you want to start with Batman 89?
Yes.
Throw them in order?
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Weird to do them out of order.
Winged freak terrorizes. Wait till they get a load of me.
Share your thoughts first. What is it about Batman 89 you like?
I think it's the simple introduction of Batman as a character in a way. Yeah, you just know the sort of got all the meat and potatoes of Batman storylines. Simple vigilante taking on absolute whack job Joker. When you're young, it's really just accessible, and then you've got the overall style of it of Tim Burton's Gotham, and you're very well immersed into this almost fantasy yet real seeming Gotham.
It is quite stylistic. It's anachronistic, isn't it? It doesn't really have a time period to it,
Yeah.
which is what you mean there, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of why I like the film. How do you feel this film influenced your taste in film, would you say, if it did at all?
I'd say it in darker tones of things, just kind of on the cusp of this almost reality but not as well. It's got going. I like all them sort of films where they've got this sort of real enough to be believable, yet absolutely nothing real in it sort of thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's allowed to do that through its style.
Yeah.
I would say there's other films we like that have that sort of thing to them, like Warriors, which we're going to discuss next week. That's a very similar principle, I would say.
Yeah.
The style of the film, but because of how it's done, it feels like it's a real world we're viewing.
Yeah.
For me, I feel it influenced my comedy style as well. No one says Batman is a funny film, but I have a lot of fun watching it, and there's just something about the Joker taking such delight in his minutes that I feel it's given me quite a dark sense of humour and allowed me to laugh at things that maybe other people wouldn't.
Yeah.
But for other films, for inspiration, I'd say because of its anachronistic setting it has, that it almost feels like a noir, especially with how Burton uses colours and shadows in it. And I feel that's why I quite like the noir genre as well.
Yeah. For me, it's also the whole superhero introduction for me. Obviously, it's Batman. He's not really truly a super. He's a costumed hero.
Yeah.
And then I've gone into all them from that.
Oh, definitely. That was a big part of it for me. I mean, we're similar in that aspect. We're brothers. We grew up together with these films. But
yeah,
it's just nice to discuss it in a way this way, I think. But I went straight from liking Thomas the Tank to this, which...
It's a big jump.
It is.
I don't remember anything before there was a Batman because of you sort of thing. There's just
I was pretty into Batman when you were
exactly. So for me, it just went straight into Batman and everything else. So I never really had any starting point other than Batman.
But it introduces quite a lot. It introduces the idea of a style to convey story.
Yeah.
There's the noir aesthetic, which introduces a anachronistic, I guess kind of a love for older films. We're not too bothered about watching old films, and I think part of that comes from this.
You mean we enjoy watching the older films because it got this similar style to it?
Yeah, because of how the dress style.
Yeah, I love that sort of look.
Yeah, other than that, it's also introduced me to comics is a big one, not just
I was going to
comics. Because that's a big part.
Yeah, I'd say for me it was superheroes, and then that branched out just completely a comic book. So
I just remember learning that comic books weren't just superheroes, and that really eye-opening because there's so many great stories in them.
Yeah,
this also has a great use of music.
I was going to say the music as well. I think it helps elevate not just Danny Elfman's score, which I think really influences pretty much your love for just overall score on movies as well. And then you've got this soundtrack by Prince, which I assume you were going to say, which just really empathizes the Joker's absolute craziness to the world. So I think that's really well done.
Yeah, especially when Prince is, I think, the only songs we do hear in the film. I think they're actually within the film.
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure which scene, but there's a scene, and I'm sure that the people within the film can hear it, making it diegetic to them. And
it's in the beginning when they're walking down the streets, there's some people just listening to that.
But it is part of that criminal underbelly, I guess. It's weird that they chose.
I mean, pretty much all criminals in this world listen to Prince, and you're
How do you feel it progresses into Batman Returns then?
I've been down here Joko. It's time for me to ascend.
Oh, that's just complete Burton's gothic style, isn't it? Completely running straight through.
It is part of Batman 89.
Yeah, due to like Burton's overall influence, where they just went like, just go full Burton.
Yeah.
And that's like the only difference between them, really. The villains, I feel, become more of Burton caricatures than what the Joker was, where the Joker in 89, he's like, oh, that's just like comic book Joker doing comic book Joker things. In Batman Returns, it just went like, these are Burton's versions of these villains now.
I mean, Penguin is still kind of comic book Penguin, but the whole look of him, and he's like, I'm a mutant child that was unwanted because I don't have any real fingers.
And then you've got like the appearance of him. He's like the pale skin. It's like, what's going on here?
Really over the top.
And Catwoman's like got the paler skin.
Yeah,
so
it's really paled out.
Like, what's going on here? Like, the villains are just ghostly.
Yeah, kind of. I'd never really thought of him as ghostly.
Like, Jeff runs into this gothic, just complete gothic look. And then Batman's like kind of gone the opposite in Batman Returns in comparison to what he was in 89.
With his suit being a little more tech looking.
His suit
it's one of my favourite suits.
Looks more advanced and like, oh, that's like a cooler new tech suit, but now the villain is more gothic looking.
Yeah, and less gadgets compared to... although he did get control of the Batmobile in that crazy scene, which I really like. The music's really good in this. Again, it's Elfman again.
Yeah.
And I quite like what he did with this one.
Like
it's not as iconic as 89, but
I know what you mean.
There's some really good sound to it, and I'm surprised they lent away from having a big artist soundtrack again with Prince.
Yeah.
Well, not majorly surprised. I was like 2 when the film came out. I didn't really know what was going on in the industry. Just thinking about it, I wonder why they didn't.
Well, Joker, that was the Prince thing, wasn't it? All the music was the Joker's. So on this one, it was just like the villains don't really have so much of... They've got the signature score, but they don't have like a soundtrack or anything on this one. So it's a bit more embedded into the world, I guess. As Joker was supposed to be outlandish and out of the ordinary. So
I guess.
Part of that. And Elfman had been playing around with different scores, it seems like. Because what's the... is that Clive Barker based movie? And that's like got like music in it. And that's very similar to Batman Returns.
Nightbreed?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Like 1990, 1991?
Yeah. I remember watching it and being like, that sounds like the Batman Returns music.
Yeah, there's certainly that bridge between the two films. Nightbreed might actually be worth us covering on here at some point.
Yeah.
We'll get around some pretty wicked stuff in that.
Yeah. Yeah, like Elfman's music just kind of takes a bit of a turn on this one as well. But it's not only just Christmassy stuff, but then you've got like the Catwoman theme, which is...
Yeah, he brings strings in and adds like a sense of romance to it somehow and mystery, and I feel that's kind of stayed with the character. If you listen to the score in The Batman, Selina has a similar theme again with the strings, so it seems like it's something that character's hard to lose now.
Yeah, which is a good thing, I think, because giving him a signature piece is always a good reference to, I think.
You say that Batman never kept his for The Batman. You know what I mean? So
I think it kind of adds that.
I guess it's that noir sort of feel.
I'm going to say
Catwoman, and it adds that.
The Batman kind of takes that sort of
funeral net.
Yeah, but 89 Batman sort of has that military order to it.
Yeah, okay.
If that makes sense. It's very ordered and focused.
Yeah.
Or it is on 89 Batman. I can't think of what it's like in Batman Returns for some reason. I don't think it has the same thing to it, but I don't think it needed it for that one because it's not against the Joker. So
yeah, true. I don't know about you, but how do you feel about that scene with the Penguin in Batman Returns? The end when the penguins carry him off.
I thought you were going to go on about him gargling blood or whatever substance that is coming out of his mouth.
Like a dark greeny purplish colour. It's a strange colour, isn't it? But no, where the penguins carry him off. Sorry, spoilers if you hadn't seen it for a film that's over 30 years old.
It is a strange scene, I think. But yeah, I guess he was really close to them penguins.
Yeah, because I know apparently penguins actually do carry their dead into the sea in their little funeral like that. I remember as a kid, I was both like in awe at them doing it because I was thinking, wow, what organisation these penguins have.
They do.
Penguins. They've lost the leader and they're sad. It's one of the saddest moments in film for me as a kid. There was that scene and a scene that we'll discuss later with Alfred. They're the two saddest moments in cinema from my whole childhood. For everyone else, it's probably something more generic, like I can't think of an example for a generic kids film that's sad.
Bambi.
Yeah, when the mum gets shot in Bambi, but that never really bothered me. I was like, yeah, hunters shoot deer. Do you feel these films have influenced the sort of characters you lean towards watching films? Like what you're looking for in a film in any way?
I'd say villains kind of larger than life.
Well, that's something you particularly liked to find in a film?
A villain that's larger than life, kind of, yeah. Like, villains usually, if they're not larger than life.
You kind of
like,
want to have fun with it.
Yeah, you don't want a villain and you're like proper moping about. You're like, what's going on? Your plan's supposed to be coming together.
Well, you want them to be happy when they feel like they're succeeding, basically.
Yeah, you don't want a miserable villain, do you?
Because for me, I like them crazy, dangerous characters, but like, I'm not too bothered if they're like larger than life. They just have to be a little crazy and dangerous. Them sort.
Yeah, yeah. Feel believable in that world they're in. Which these are, I guess.
Oh, for sure. It also made me really appreciate stoic characters and stoicism in a character.
Well, it's just Batman, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Like, it's definitely Batman for sure, but there's something about a character in film when they're not saying so much and you kind of like having to
figure out what they're thinking.
Yeah, through facial expression and body language. And then I get quite fascinated watching that sort of performance.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of why I like Keanu Reeves as an actor. He's very much about how he expresses his body and more than what he does with his voice.
Yeah.
Probably move on to Batman Forever then, right? If we're talking about larger-than-life villains.
I mean, hey, the larger-than-life movie.
So,
and it's still not the largest of largest.
Ain't close though, is it?
I mean, hey, you didn't think it would go more, but it did.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
Yeah, Batman Forever. You score on this one. Elliot Goldenthal. He's absolute, just theatrical. The whole movie, to be fair.
Can you say the name of like the main score piece to this one? Because I can't say it. It's sort of like Badadangarang or something. I can't.
It's not really the main score piece, but it's one of my favourites because it's a bit where Batman like does the dive down to save both of them. And it's Badadangarang. I'm sure that's it.
I know it's a crazy name, and I struggle with it every time.
I don't even know if it's an actual word.
Exactly.
I think Elliot Goldenthal did like, these are some good noises.
I mean, the score he put together for that is just incredible.
I love it.
Like, I love Elfman's themes, but there's something about Goldenthal's, and it's like, wow, what is this? It kind of feels otherworldly.
Yeah, but me, they're equally as good. Like, there's no...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd agree.
People will be like, the Elfman one's better, it's more signature, it's Batman's signature. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
It's but signature, right? It was made for the film that broke the mold of a superhero movie.
Yeah, so exactly. But then you get Goldenthal's, and it's just so out there, yet so Batman. Like I said, it's theatrical, it's the city itself, it's the villains in it, it's Batman himself. It's rather theatric in a way. He dresses up as a giant bat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He poses. Yeah, he moves. Like, very theatrical.
Yeah.
Like, completely sets and this.
Just then back to the '60s Batman as well, didn't they? With this one,
yeah,
actually, which I quite like to a point. I like how the world feels vast and big and open, and it's clearly not Burton's world anymore. But for me as a kid, it was the same continuity.
Yeah,
like Alfred was still the same.
Yeah,
I was enough.
Commissioner Gordon was still the same.
Hingle.
Oh, great. He's a very incompetent.
How he was cast.
He's a very incompetent police officer. Even from Burton's early one, he seems pretty incompetent at his job. There's no wonder why Batman's really needed him.
Yeah, but at least in Batman, there's kind of the idea of the corrupt cops, which which is kind of like, okay, I can accept that he's not doing too well. This guy's on the tape from Jack Palance.
I guess I can't think what Jack Palance's character's called though. That's so awkward.
I don't know. Is that you, Sugar Bum? Yeah, iconic.
I say Joker's very quotable. But we're on Batman Forever. We'll keep coming back to 89 Batman, I'm certain, because it's just probably the best one out of all. But Batman Forever, it has still got all that gothic architecture in the city and everything. Yeah. And then it's just like, here, have some neon. I like neon. It's a good way of brightening it up.
The architecture of the city, especially when you get older, you're like, what is going on here? Batman drives away in a Batmobile at some point after jumping off a building, and then he's just going across a bridge. Where's this bridge going? Why is it in between all these buildings? What? Who made this city? Like, great. Although I was reading Michael Uslan's book last month, and I think I told you at the time. And Michael Uslan, if you don't know, was one of the producers that brought the Batman films to life. It was his mission to make a dark Batman film, which got us to 89. But one of the set designers or production designers for 89 Batman was like, I don't know what Gotham should look like. And Tim Burton told him, oh, well, it has to look like hills rising out the ground. So it's basically New York without town planning. You kind of get that sense, but like in the Schumacher films, you definitely get that sense. It's like, what is going on here? Like there's
Yeah.
big statues for no real reason other than the fact that he kind of wanted them there.
Yeah.
I say big. There's like more than one statue in this version of Gotham from Schumacher. That must be the size of the
A building,
yeah.
like an actual skyscraper, especially in the Batman and Robin the Net Hole, where you're like, how bloody
They're
big
driving
is it?
across an arm.
I'll get her. They're driving.
And
Yeah, and like Robin here left on this giant finger.
And I mean, like, they don't take themselves as serious as the Burton ones.
No.
But again, they lent more into the 60s, and I still feel they're kind of comic accurate to a point.
Yeah.
They're not vastly out of character because Batman's already been like this. And
Yeah.
Val Kilmer is so underrated as well as Batman.
Yeah. He's I usually like.
Feels psychologically tortured.
Yeah, but he's always ranked as one of my favorites. Like, he comes straight after Keaton, who like I thought was probably like perfect for the like that. And then like you can't beat that, and then you get Kilmer, and you're like,
The only thing I don't like about Kilmer's Batman, and it's more of his Bruce Wayne really, it's his little glasses. He wears them little glasses at the points, and it's like, why is he needing glasses? What are they for?
Keaton wore glasses at some point.
Yeah,
And they're really weird.
yeah, but Keaton's glasses have, I don't know, something about the style of them. All right, but
Oh,
the Kilmer ones, they've got these tiny, delicate little frames. It seems. It's like, why? And what does he need the glasses for? He's not wearing glasses when it's Batman. He's reading and driving everything just fine. So his long distance vision and his close vision is fine. And the glasses is wearing like a fashion statement piece. Like, I'm rich. I'll just wear glasses because I can afford them.
you can pick on this movie for like quite a few things, and you're going to be like, it's definitely Bruce Wayne's glasses. They're the absolute downfall of this movie. Bruce Wayne's
I would say
glasses.
it's a downfall. But he's niggled me ever since. Because also, this Batman Forever is really important to me because this is the first film I ever saw in the cinema. I remember being 5 years old, being taken to the cinema to see this, and I was good that our mum and dad didn't take you to see this.
Right, I've been gutted because it's the only one I haven't been able to get to watch in cinema.
Yeah.
And the only one for me, as a kid, this was my favourite one. It introduced Robin, and Robin's my favourite character. Like,
Yeah.
just to be different, I guess. Everyone was like, I like Batman. I'm like, I like this Robin character.
Yeah.
Come in here and he wants to help Batman. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
That's kind of cooler than being Batman.
He hadn't been good. I'm going in. I'm helping Batman now. I'm good. I know how to wash some clothes here. Look, I'm cool.
Or you're referring to the bit where he's wringing socks with his feet and a mop
Yeah.
and to put on that washing line.
Yeah. I've never learned to wash clothes more than watching that scene. Like,
I mean, not to get political and talk about like gender forms and expectations, but like, man, that scene sure makes any man want to do the washing, right? Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I'll do the laundry. Look at me go.
Yeah.
Then you remember that the washing line's outside and it's probably higher up than that, so you can't put the socks on it with your feet.
Really, the dexterity of your feet just ain't as good.
Going back to this being a special moment for me, with it being my first cinema outing, the scene that really stuck with me, and I don't think I've ever felt anything like it since, it's actually the Robin suit reveal when he comes down the stairs at the end.
That is
something about like seeing that suit for the first time on the big screen. I was like, oh my God, what have I just seen? I remember getting little goosebumps on my little arms at 5 years old about that scene with how good it looks, and I've never had that experience.
You had that in cinema, and I got it when it was home on VHS, and that's amazing. That's the best thing I'll ever see.
I mean, there's definitely scenes better for sure, but I've never been as impressed by a scene in the cinema as I was with that. That film just stands out to me so much with the design of the Batsuit, Batmobile.
The Batsuit, for me, that, as I call it, the sonar suit, the one that he gets at the end.
Yeah, that's an incredible suit.
That was my favourite Batsuit, and kind of still is. I remember seeing that, and I was like, I think that's my favourite. The best. That's the coolest Batman's ever going to look.
To jump back to music, we actually get music in this, not just score. We get a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because, what was it Schumacher wanted to create? A pop opera?
Yeah.
Calls it?
The pop opera.
And I mean, that's pretty stylistic, and like, God bless him for doing it. Like, incredible.
But aren't you just upset you don't have any more pop operas? Or do we?
I mean, as far as I'm aware, well, I don't know if it kind of was one at the time, but I don't think it's got a particularly big soundtrack. But probably close. That Streets of Fire.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned the Warriors earlier, and now I'm bringing this up, and like, yeah, they're both Walter Hill, and they're both going to be next week's episode. But it does make me wonder: is that close to a pop opera for its time?
That had music made for the film. So
yeah, but did this not? So. We had Kiss from a Rose.
I don't know if that was actually made for the film, or if they went like, hang on, they're on the Warner Brother label, put it in Batman Forever.
What about you two's?
That's another one I'm not sure about. I'm not sure if that was. I think that was more Joel Schumacher. But then again, I'm really not sure. just wanting you to.
Because for a long time, you could only get it as a single or from the movie soundtrack. That song.
Yeah, and then YouTube released a song, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me.
That's it. Yeah, great song. What a guitar thing at the opening.
It is. They did have songs done for it because it had, I think it's Method Man, who has he actually has one called The Riddler on it or something.
Oh, God, yes. And there's Gotham City by R. Kelly.
That song.
Or is that
Batman Robin? That's Batman Robin.
Which
tried to do everything Batman Forever did bigger, and no one wanted it.
I mean, we might as well just branch this off now into Batman and Robin, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of overlap.
My name is Freeze. Learn it well, for it's the chilling sound of your doom.
And just in Joel Schumacher tradition, new Batman, got George Clooney now.
Yeah. Who I don't think's as bad as everyone says he is.
I don't. He basically plays it as a 90s Adam West type, bro. And I think that's the intention.
I think his scenes with Alfred are great.
Oh, man, they're incredible.
His scenes with Dick Grayson, Chris O'Donnell, whatever you want to call him, yeah. O'Donnell's Grayson, they're good scenes. Like, I don't really have a problem with Clooney in this film at all.
Great in the suit as well.
Oh, yeah. He's got a great cowl.
Yeah, the Panther cowl, I think they call that one.
Yeah, I thought he
cosplay community.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should be called that because people refer to the suit from the beginning of Batman Forever as the Panther suit.
Yeah, I think it's because they're very similar, but I don't know.
The cowls aren't.
No. Speaking of suit, Robin gets the upgrade where it's more like they're progressive to the more Nightwing character, which you became comics later.
I would say in the Robin colours, but I've never seen a blue Robin before.
Well, it was black.
They spend a lot of time looking blue, though, don't they, them suits?
Yeah, there's a lot of lighting on them. I think it's due to like the ice scenes with Mr. Freeze, where it's like they light them up and you're like, oh, they're blue, but I think they're actually black. I think they look pretty good. I thought it was a good way to make Robin look older and sort of mature. Yeah. It's a great way of progressing him to that Nightwing sort of character by giving him that sort of
visual storytelling.
Yeah, at its finest.
Yeah.
But no, I remember really liking that suit as a kid. But then at the same time, I was just like, I much prefer the Batman Forever Robin suit. Yeah. That suit was great, and I'm really upset it's only there for like 5 minutes. And then you get this one, which is a good suit, don't get me wrong, but it's like we had the great one from Batman Forever for just 5 minutes.
I mean, I don't want to be the one to mention it, but if we're talking about these suits being good suits, are we really just going to ignore the fact that they had nipples?
They're still good suits, they just had nipples.
I remember watching the special features, and it's like based on Greek statues. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I
think the suit designer, we were like, do we put nipple on them or what? And they just did apparently. And Schumacher was like, great, I love them. But when no one mentions, I think this was a bit weird. But I looked at Mr. Freeze's suit more recent, and I went like, I'm quite certain they're like odd metal nipple placements on them. If you look at that suit very closely, he's too round, and you're like, why does he have nipple placements? I don't know if they are supposed to be that, but they're in that place. And Batman and Robin have them, so why not Mr. Freeze, I suppose?
I like the fact they went for like massive names as well for the villains on the Schumacher 2.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like the 60s series again with the guest star villains, because they're big actors. That's something I noticed as I got older.
I knew Arnold Schwarzenegger was a big name.
I know, but you don't realise that.
How big?
Like the call back to the 60s thing, I mean. With the
yeah. I actually really love Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie.
How do you feel the Schumacher films have shaped your movie preferences over the years? Because obviously we like these films and we both like Batman and Robin, which gets a lot of hate.
I actually think it's just this odd thing from 89 Batman through, in which it's just this stylistic world that feels oddly real. Like you could just immerse yourself in it, and it's great. I think what helped with the Schumacher ones over the Burton ones as a kid, it's like, look at this set. It's like a giant play set. Can you imagine that as a toy? And your child brain is always just like, I want that.
Yeah, I remember trying to get all the figures when Batman and Robin came out, because there's so many different Batman and Robin alternates. So it's like, my God.
Yeah.
When you get Wayne Manor, you're like, sweet, I got Wayne Manor. And you look at the past Wayne Manor, it's just a reskin.
Yeah.
It's just the same Wayne Manor with different stickers on the computers and stuff. It's like, oh, I got tricked.
I was upset when I got older, because when things where you spend so long, you're like, I want the one from the movie. I just want the figure that looks like the one from the film. And then like you get older and you learn that, oh, it was like 89 Batman that kind of started this trend. With
alternate suit.
Yeah, I think 89 stuff. If it weren't 89 Batman, it was definitely like Batman Returns. Yeah, and it was just like, oh, we just colour him like this, it'll be awesome. And then you're kind of like, oh, that's how it started.
Yeah.
Someone in the toy line went like, what if we do Batman in the comic grey? And then they were like, hang on, we could do more colours than grey. And then you end up with these really outlandish designs by the time you get to Batman and Robin. You're like, damn it, I just want a regular Batman. And I've got
this as a gold one.
Oh, yeah.
And then by the time you're at Batman and Robin, he's like white, blue, black, and red.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was going on in black and orange. I don't know what's happening. I just wanted Batman, regular Batman or regular Robin, and you have to go like, all right, I'll just settle for this one's close enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going a little off topic, but the toys kind of prove that there's like a cult status to this.
Yeah.
Because there'll be toy collectors around there, and plus Batman and Robin seems to be, I'm not saying it's getting a lot of praise, but it seems to be getting recognised a little more for what it was.
Yeah, a big toy commercial.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what they said at the time. Chris O'Donnell, I think himself said, we went from Batman Forever and then working on Batman and Robin, we were just doing a big toy commercial.
Well, is it Schumacher on set? It's like, it's a cartoon.
Yeah, which really just sets the whole tone for the whole thing, right?
And apparently he used to sit up on one of them, almost like an umpire chair, wasn't it? With like a megaphone or something.
Yeah.
Just imagine him sat up there going like, it's a cartoon.
Yeah. He did that because apparently he could see the whole set because they were that big at the time.
I mean, they might not be to everyone's taste, but they're so big and well crafted. And the use of light in Schumacher's is like so different to Burton.
Yeah.
Burton was like, we need a little bit of light here to make everywhere look dark.
Yeah.
And Schumacher's like, we need light here to emphasize this mood. We need a light there to show this character.
I think that was one of the problems from Batman Forever to Batman and Robin. Batman Forever, it was still these big kind of sets, but they were kind of dark and they had the neon lights going on and they looked great. And then on Batman and Robin, they were like, let's have bigger sets.
They kind of stripped away from the neon.
Yeah, and I think
I mean, I'm not saying there isn't any.
Oh yeah, but they had these bigger sets on Batman and Robin, and I think when you're watching it, you can kind of tell that Schumacher weren't as familiar with these bigger sets because I don't think everything's framed as well.
I never really thought about that. I don't know if it's so much that, but I feel there was a part of it you kind of particularly care about.
Yeah, he kind of wanted to show off these bigger sets. I look at the craftsmanship, I think, and I think he was like being like, look how great these big sets are that we've got. Let's have these big shots so you can see, and you kind of looking at them like, it's a big set, but like I said, as a kid, you go like, that's a toy thing. I want that play set.
Yeah.
Which Batman Forever, you do have that, but Batman and Robin really bigged up on everything. Everything got bigger. Yes, the villains, I went like, oh, which ones are the popular ones from the 90s animated series? And they went like, oh, it's Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Bane. And they were like, yeah, let's put them in. And I thought they were all right.
Yeah, they're all right. I like the fact they were villains that weren't done in the 60s series as well.
Oh, Mr. Freeze was.
Well, yeah, as was Riddler, but Two-Face wasn't.
No, it was good to see Two-Face.
But it almost allows you to envision what they were like in the 60s series, even though they were never there, if you know.
Yeah.
What's your take on this alternate suit thing that is like, we're at the end scene, change suits? Because Batman Forever, for me, had a good narrative reason.
Oh, yeah, that was a narrative reason, and it delivered two great suits at the end there. You're like, awesome, yeah. I love them. Riddler got his weird silver one, you're like, awesome. Like,
Jogging at night.
No, it's the black jacket with the neon lights in.
It's near the end, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but it's a nice jacket. But on Batman and Robin, it was just like, it's like an afterthought, because like, as a kid, you go like, oh, it's cool. They're like ice-proof suits or whatever the hell you're thinking in your head. You use childlike brain, like, they're warmer. I don't know. They need these protective suits, so. But when you get older, like, you see a picture of George Clooney in, like, Batman Forever suit, and it's from a scene near the end, and like, why is he in that? And then you learn that it was like a studio thing. They were like, new suits for the end, more toys.
Yeah.
And then they had these suits just put together and they just slapped silver on them.
Yeah.
That's literally how they got made. It was just like, let's just slap silver on these extra suits we got.
And paint as well, because like we already talked about the amount of different toys and paint jobs.
Yeah.
These toys.
And then you went like,
so they want one more for the film.
Yeah.
That's not necessary. They could have just made that up.
Yeah.
Toys.
Yeah.
I always find it funny because they've got Barbara Gordon back. No, it's not Barbara Gordon in that, is it?
No.
Barbara, not Pennyworth either.
No.
Oh, this is bugging me. I like this film. But they've got Batgirl anyway. She's had her Batgirl suit for not even 5 minutes in the film, really. And it's like, oh, we're going to go fight Freeze now because it's Freeze in Gotham. And she's like, yep. And then they all change, including Batgirl.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Second suit already? Alfred's been ill. How did you contemplate this decision?
Alfred, he
took liberties.
Took the liberty, measured them up when they come through the door. I really don't know what he does in that.
Like it's some sort of weird professional tailor. Like, oh, this person's come to Wayne Manor. I should probably size them up for a hero suit.
Yeah. I think he was generally upset when Vicky Vale left because he's just like, there's an odd suit back here for Vicky Vale. Like, I've had it years now and she's not coming back.
What do you think about the Alfred's dying storyline from Batman and Robin?
it's very kind of opposite of what the movie is. Everything's just like,
deep and like emotional, and
yeah.
everything else is bombastic and almost silly.
I heard Judge Clooney has some amazing scenes with Alfred in there, and they are so emotionally like, when you're a kid, you're like, Alfred, you better not die.
Yeah, don't die, mate. I got it back as an adult though, like knowing it's the last one of a quadrilogy. It's like, and you've never seen the film before. I can imagine like people going like, "Does he die here?"
Yeah, but you go through 4 films, and you're like, look, he's the only guy that stayed around other than Commissioner Gordon.
He's such a great Alfred as well, Michael Gough. I really like his relationship with Bruce, especially Keaton's Bruce in the early ones, and how he's like helping it set up the dates and stuff with Selena and Vicky Vale.
Yeah,
And then I particularly like how he is with Chris O'Donnell,
yeah,
especially in Batman Forever.
yeah. Them two in Batman Forever, I love it. It really shows that Alfred's the one that actually looks after like everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty damn cool.
But yeah, he's one of the highlights for them 4 films, I think.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have to do much in any of them, but his presence there is felt.
Did the Schumacher films ever make you want to like run in slow motion with a spotlight behind you?
It's one of them odd things that as a kid you're like, that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And then you get older and you're like, what is going on here? Like, why? Why did they opt for this over, let's have Batman and Robin looking over the city?
Oh, I forgot that was an alternate thing, wasn't it, for Batman Forever?
You can see all the pictures of it and you're like, look at them. Stood on that gargoyle. It's awesome. Why didn't we get this?
I've never really thought about the spotlight thing from the end, but I still think it looks cool. I think they should have lent into that a little more with Batman and Robin and had it be like a James Bond style opening.
Yeah.
Just play some Golden Thal score
Yeah.
and have them run towards the light. And then as they get close to the camera, obviously it then cuts to black and then just open like you would.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone's put it at the beginning of the movie and then open the gargoyle bit at the end.
I don't know. I'd do that if I could.
If I'm right, it's just supposed to be a reference to 60s series opening credits, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The cartoon bird and the credit, they're running towards the camera and you're, oh, let's do something.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. That's
Similar to that.
Schumacher was going for.
Yeah. But yeah, one thing here, kind of cool. It's kind of weird. I think it's supposed to represent them running into danger. I really don't know.
Or away from.
Batman and Robin, heroes of Gotham. They run away from danger.
Wouldn't that be a true meaning of an anti-hero?
I suppose.
Don't want him as an anti-hero. What do you mean? He's a bit of a villain? No, he just runs away from trouble.
Man,
What's your thoughts about the overall cast throughout all 4 of these?
I don't think I ever had a problem with any of the cast. But
I'm not saying pick out the weakest because it's a bit harsh.
I've just kind of done that.
But it's definitely Pat Hingle.
Yeah, I do love him. In these, he makes me laugh, but he's not Commissioner Gordon. I think it's more one of the things where when you start reading well, you had the animated series as well.
Yeah.
The more you know of Commissioner Gordon, and you go back to these films, the more you're just like, God damn it, what are you doing?
He's on the roof. Come on down.
No, they're not better than him in...
He's never really summed up, is it?
No, but I love it. He goes from like, Batman's a bit of a odd guy. I don't really want to... And Batman Returns...
It's like...
Yeah, and then Batman Returns, Batman Returns, kind of happy with it. And then Batman Forever, you're like, I really love the guy.
Yeah.
Great.
It's like
Batman at the end.
he's in flight of the plane and Christ knows how many miles high. Batman puts a little thumb up through the back plane window.
Yeah.
The Gordon's like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
Excited about it. It's like a dad cheering his son on at a sports event.
Exactly. It's great. I don't know if he actually sees Batman put the thumb up, but that's what I always felt was intended.
Yeah.
Commissioner Gordon can see for miles.
Do you feel Schumacher brings a different way of dealing with the villains to what Burton did? Because I feel they're kind of similar.
Oh, yeah. The villains are quite similar. They've always been larger than Batman, like I said earlier. Larger than life. These villains are all larger than life. I think what changes in Schumacher is what the villain is doing. You get Burton saying it's Joker's like just running amok sort of thing, trying to stir things with Batman or like, you get Batman Returns, Penguin's like, I'm running for mayor, and Catwoman's just like, I'm just doing whatever Catwoman does in that movie. Now,
Heads off mannequins.
Yeah, she's off out, whipping mannequins pretty much.
She saves that guy in that alleyway as well.
She's supposed to be after Max Shrek, but that only really comes at the end, I feel. In Batman Forever, you just get Edward Nygma like, oh, there's this Two-Face guy going around Gotham, he's a villain. I've created this weird...
brain device.
Yeah, I can read brainwaves and then gain knowledge from that. And then he just finds Two-Face and goes like, hey, I've got this weird device. Do you want to make a bigger one? You help me buy an island or something together.
It's like a great big neon spinning contraption.
Them two decide they're buying this island together, which I think is just absolutely lovely.
What's the island made of?
Holy rusted metal, Batman.
What a great way of getting that in there, eh?
I don't know if you're on about yourself there or what. Or the movie itself. I love that line.
I do.
Yeah, then you get Batman and Robin, and you get Boy Hyde like, I want plants to take over the Earth, and Mr. Freeze is like, I'm going to work with you, and I'm going to freeze the world, and you're like, contradicting ideas, but work together.
Yeah, I guess they're both about the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Boy Hyde is like, oh, we must save the rainforest.
Yeah.
Not to riff on that meme too much, but it's, oh, I want to save the rainforests, and Mr. Freeze is like, oh, what about the ozone layer and global warming kind of thing?
Yeah.
And we have to root for the trust fund billionaire.
Yeah.
Do you mind? This is bad for business. Without people, I can't make money.
Do you think that's Batman's thing all along? You're like, oh, I've got to take them out or I can't make money.
I mean, he definitely could if he just made more security-based product.
What is Bruce Wayne doing?
That's kind of the point, isn't it?
In Batman Forever, it's just, I don't really know what he's doing in the first two, but in Batman Forever, he's just like, no, Nigma, what is this brain device? Stop,
Right.
it's crazy.
It raises too many questions.
Yeah, too many questions.
I like the riddles in Batman Forever so much. I like the Riddler a lot in that, to be honest, for the most part.
He's very
He's
ignorant.
kooky by the end, but there's so much I like about him. I like how pathetic he is as a inventor at Wayne Enterprises, and he's...
Yeah.
I also like the weird little cartoony sound effects he gets. Like he plugs that guy's mustache.
You get to mod cartoon noise in Batman and Robin as well.
Yeah,
Really, I think that is the 60s influence.
I think so.
Like, don't do POW. Don't bring up POW in big letters. Just do...
Favorite scenes from Batman Forever. It is the Riddler one, and it's the bit where he's just like, I think it's supposed to be him at home, and he's got that little contraption that tells it, like, it's got a yes/no light bulb, and a guy dressed into question marks because he's supposed to ask it questions, and it says yes or no.
Yeah.
But I really like that scene a lot, coming up with crappy little computer designs of himself of what he wants to do, and it's like, Captain Kill. And she's like, question workman, and he's like, but like, that scene is so good as well, because it's that, I can't think what it's called, but it's like, you hate the boss at your job. And as you get older, that song is so relatable.
I think it's Bad Days by Flaming Lips.
Sounds about right. Rings a bell. I should know. I've got the soundtrack somewhere. That, and I also like the fact that there's like, for some reason outside his house, there's a great big light up billboard sticking outside of a crossword puzzle.
That's a reference to the comic books. I think Riddler's first appearance is the crossword puzzle.
Yeah, I know. But
I know you know.
It's a-
I thought you might know, but I thought, I'm going to let our audience know.
yeah, I know.
They might want to know that I'm sure it's Riddler's first appearance. There's a huge crossword puzzle on a billboard, and Batman and Robin are looking at it like, Riddler's crazy. Got to take him out. He loves crossword puzzles.
Yeah, this man's a menace. He wants to know the answer for 3 down. No, the prize is mine. I'm not telling him. No, it's just like a funny aesthetic in the film, I think, because it's like just part of Schumacher's craziness. It's like,
Yeah.
it feels right when you're watching it, but when you come away, you're thinking, I saw a neon sign on a building of a crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
Why was it there, really, other than the fact to make that reference?
I think maybe he just also wanted big neon signs. It might not even be a reference. It might just be like, it's a kind of puzzle. Let's put it there. Big neon signs. He's the Riddler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like the cast of these films a lot. And I think that's really shaped my film watching as because I like the cast. As a kid, I used to read the TV Times to see what was on, and I weren't too bothered about what TV was on per se. But when it came to films, I was like, oh, okay. And I'd see them actors' names in the telebook. It's like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna have to watch that. And so, like, my whole film kind of comes from Batman '89, and then it's like a great big spider web forming out from there, I guess, with Batman '89 in the middle.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I want to watch whatever's got Michael Keaton in it, and you're like, Beetlejuice. See what Beetlejuice is like. Oh, it's Tim Burton. Yeah, you find out, you're like, oh, it's another Burton thing. I think it's kind of it now. Yeah.
But then you get things like Twins, and it's like, wait, Twins?
Yeah.
It's got Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, the Penguin and Mr. Freeze.
No, with me, it was like, oh, it's Mr. Freeze and the Penguin, which I think could be just as enjoyable movie.
Yeah. But then, like, I remember the trailers coming out for Men in Black, and it was like Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
I was like, Tommy Lee Jones? I know that name. He's Two-Face.
Yeah,
okay.
He's playing a good guy. What's going on here?
Yeah. I mean, he's absolutely fantastic as Agent K.
Yeah, I've always loved
Them films might be worth bringing up on here. Worth doing an episode for Men in Black.
Yeah, all of them.
They might all fit in one episode. I don't think there's all of them. I forgot. International was a thing.
I don't think you realise what you're saying there. International, I'd have to be watched.
I mean,
maybe
you could watch it and then decide if that's talked about or not.
Yeah, we don't have to focus on it. We'll probably ignore it. Don't know. Might be good.
We should probably look at wrapping this up. So have you got any like closing thoughts of the quadrilogy as a whole that you think's a good note to end on?
Other than, like you heard, the actors in these films, like, are really just, I'll just watch anything with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Many of the actors you've got, they're in it. I want to watch that. I want her. You just end up with such a, like you said, this spiderweb of movies. You're branching out into God knows whatever genre you want to watch. So we just cycle through near enough every genre just because of these actors, and then come across other actors. Yeah, and you end up, there's numerous films just from there.
Yeah, that's kind of what this podcast will be focusing on in the future. But not the film.
Yeah. Are we doing it from each branch from each film? We're going like,
yeah, we're going to tie into Madam Web because my mum was bitten by a spider in the rainforest, or whatever that line is everyone keeps bringing up.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
You know what I'm referring to, right?
I know, but I don't know.
Well, no, I'm not 100% sure either. But not so much well-known films. I mean, this Batman quadrilogy is pretty well-known.
Yeah.
I do feel it's a cult film, and it's just the fact that we wanted to talk about films we grew up with, and these inspired us, and these are probably the
biggest. There's nothing that didn't come from these, really.
I mean, I can remember going through all 4 of these on a weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You get to Saturday, and it's like, right, we'll watch Batman, and we'll go through to Batman and Robin, and it's like, oh, what do you mean it's bedtime?
Sometimes it'd just be 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
But
then we'd watch the other 2 the next day anyway.
Yeah. But we all want to watch another movie. I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we might want to watch The Mask or Bill and Ted, or all possible films to probably be brought up on here, to be honest.
Most likely. I can't imagine not talking about them.
Yeah, the idea is basically we want to bring films to light that maybe aren't getting watched or not talked about much. And I mean, we'll probably do the odd episode like this where the films from our childhood, and it's like, yeah, we want to talk about these. We've got enough here to talk about it. We've been going nearly an hour on just these 4, so we should probably wrap up.
Yeah.
So I'll let my bro host Thomas do that.
All right. So thank you for joining us this week. And if you haven't, give us a like and a subscribe. A glowing review would also be appreciated, as it will help others find us through the algorithm. Links to our socials can be found in our description, and remember to join us next week as we unearth another hidden gem from cinema's depths as we discuss The Warriors. Thank you.
Not just The Warriors, Streets of Fire as well.
Streets of Fire will be discussed too. Thank you.
Thank you.